Alright, last night I was here and this beach looked horrible. It's obviously low tide now, as you can see, but it looked like a bunch of rings of oil had washed up on the New Jersey shore. Now we're here in Wildwood. This is where we live, Wildwood Crest actually, and the amount of jellyfish all over the place dead was incredible. Here's, you can see it dried out from the sun, and all this had washed up. And there's another one. But the disgusting muck that had came up on the shore, it was too disgusting to even ponder going into the water. You can kind of see some of the debris there and the remnants of it. Now, if it wasn't oil, I would like somebody to tell me what it was. Police looking at me like they want to know what I'm doing. Now, is that a jellyfish that had swallowed oil and made its way up to the Jersey shore? Kind of looks like it. I found a bunch of these feathers last night. Of course, I don't see many of them now, but they look like they're oil coated. And all those jellyfish that were on this beach was incredible. Now, I was just here not more than 2 weeks ago. I'm still peeling from the sunburn, actually. And none of these jellyfish were here. There was not one jellyfish in the water. I was in the water all day with my children, and none of us saw a jellyfish. And now, a bunch of them have washed up dead. You can see where there were so many of them, because they all dried out now. For some reason, all these sticks came with it. I'm not sure why. But the entire coastline was like that. And what looked like washed up oil in layers, and it was thick. It kind of like went for at least 6 feet in all along the coastline. It was very gross. It was like a yellowish brownish gunk. Very few people were going in it. Now, of course, they don't know any better because they don't see it now, because it all dried out with the sun, right along with the jellyfish. But what does it mean when there's dead jellyfish everywhere and there's yellowish, brownish layers of thick gunk everywhere? Another feather. Another feather. Jellyfish looked like it was pinkish. If you can see it. Every wave that came up brought up some more stuff last night. Another feather. More jellyfish. As you can see, they were pretty much everywhere. Now, somebody came through and disturbed all this dirt last night. I can't help but to think that they were cleaning it. You can see where it's clear and where it's disturbed. It almost looks like they ruffled it up, and that's right where the line was of the oil. But there was only a little bit left. Let me zoom out for you. If you can see, here's the area where it was, all along the beach line. And they just happened to have combed it, basically. Somebody went through it thoroughly and removed the muck, except for this one area. And this was all along the coastline last night. So somebody trying to cover it up? Absolutely. This hole last night that we saw, it was getting the water in. You could see right here where the water was coming into it. And every time the waves would just barely touch it, but it was actually accumulating all of that disgusting sludge. Now, it looked horrible last night. Of course, now it's gone. I think maybe there was a bit of a cover-up here. Instead of covering up, they probably should have cleaned it up. There was a bunch of people out here last night poking at the jellyfish, trying to figure out why they were all dead. We could look out into the water and just see all the jellyfish laying on that area where the water had just touched. They said the oil spill wouldn't reach here. Well, obviously it has. And if this isn't from the oil spill, I would like to know what it's from. Because whatever it is, it's killing the wildlife. Not that I'm a big fan of jellyfish, but it is killing the wildlife. And of course, all the feathers that we saw that were basically oil-coated looking. If it was just water, it wouldn't even look like that. It wouldn't even look like that. It would have dried and wouldn't even be here right now. And here's them cleaning the beach so you can't see it. Now, mind you, sure, they would have eventually cleared it, but I'm sure not one film crew made it down here in time. Not one person knew about it in time. Because they covered especially that area first. That area where the beach line was and all the muck was, that's what was cleaned first. I can't imagine what else it would have been but oil. Not the way it looked. It had the ripples in it like oil would.